Yo, Paul here. So today we're doing something a bit different with our videos, and we are doing like a vlog style video. But we're also going to talk about something that I think is pretty awesome, which is brewing ratios. And we are going to find the ideal brewing ratio for you. I've come up with this technique over here that replicates something similar in espresso we call the salami shot. And the salami shot takes a espresso shot and it divides it into multiple segments so that you can taste extraction from the early phases and compare it to the later phases. Now, what we're gonna do today is we're gonna do the same thing but with a pour over device. The only extra thing you need are a couple of small cups on the side. So we want to check out brewing ratios 1 to 14. And our goal is to brew just 1 cup of coffee, but taste all of these different ratios in that cup. First, to decide how many beans we're gonna brew with, 16 grams of coffee. Just a quick refresher, for every 1 gram of coffee, you need to use 14 grams of water. And if we are brewing with 16 grams of coffee, 16 times 14 is 224. You just keep on adding 16, so plus 16. So we will be brewing a 1 to 14 cup of coffee into the big cup first. And then in a smaller cup, you will be pouring the remaining amount that would be the water you would pour to reach a 1 to 15 ratio. And you keep on doing this until you have all of the ratios you want to test out. So it's kind of weird to explain, but it's super easy to show. So let me demo this for you. My normal routine is to pour 50 grams. Give it a stir. So now that it is fully drained out of the V60 pour over, I'm going to move it over to a smaller cup. I'm going to move this over to the scale. And we are going to pour an extra 16 grams over. Let it fully go through. So if you add this sliver of water to the 1 to 14 cup right over here, you will get a 1 to 15 ratio cup of coffee. So this plus that is 1 to 15. So now we have broken it up into a 1 to 14 ratio cup of coffee, and all the slivers after that would make it a 1 to 15, 1 to 16, 1 to 17, and a 1 to 18 cup of coffee. So now, let's taste it. Okay, so it has a slight mouth puckering, which comes from under-extractedness. And it's not like a pleasant sour, it's more of from the extraction and from being under-extracted. So now, with the 1 to 14 ratio cup, let's add the sliver. Mix it up. And taste again. 1 to 15 ratio cup, cheers. So this one tastes a bit more rounded. Like it doesn't have that sharp acidity in the beginning that I didn't enjoy. But I think it could still be better. So let's add the next sliver. A 1 to 16 cup. feel like it's just getting better and better as I put them in, so I'm just gonna keep on going. So I'm kind of flying a bit close to the sun here, and I think I've passed what I would consider a balanced extraction, and I'm teetering into over-extractedness. And this is where I feel like my tongue is getting quite dry, and the bitterness is coming out too. So it went from sour, tart, under-extracted in the 1 to 14, 1 to 15 range. And in 1 to 16, I enjoyed it. It was quite balanced. And then 1 to 17 came in, and it started to become a bit more over-extracted. But still, for science, I'm going to add the 1 to 18 over here. 1 to 18 ratio cup of coffee. Cheers. Just became even more dry. So if I keep all of my brewing variables the same tomorrow, I should be aiming for a 1 to 16 ratio cup of coffee. So another thing to keep in mind is what brewing method would work with this technique. So things like a French press or mocha pot or siphon would not work because you can't really compartmentalize and cut off those extra slivers at the end. But any pour over device like the Kalita Wave, the Clever Dripper, the V60 pour over, and let's see, the December Dripper would all work, where you can totally drain the device and then pour an extra sliver in. So that is how you find a ratio that you enjoy with a pour-over device. It's pretty easy, right? I usually do this now with every new bag of bean that I get, just to get a benchmark of what I enjoy. And it's kind of similar to cupping, where you get to really gauge your bag of beans and coffee before you get too deep into brewing with those beans. Cheers.